You have different options to grant access to your blobs. With the public access level that you can set on a blob container, you can control anonymous read access. In the previous clip you learned how to set the public access level to private, which means anonymous users don't have read access to your blobs. The next option is the account key. That key is part of the connection string which we are using in our applications. The account key gives you full access to your storage account. That's why you want to keep that key safe and you don't want to share it. If you want to give individual users read or write access to your blobs, you can use role-based access control. Role-based access control is great if you know your users. But unfortunately, that's not true for the Wired Brain Coffee web application, as it is a public video portal for everyone. But there is another option to grant access to your blobs: shared access signatures. So let me show you what a shared access signature is. In simple words, a shared access signature is a signed URL to access a resource. If the resource is a blob, the shared access signature is the blob URL that you know already. As you know, it contains the storage account name, the blob container name and the blob name. This blob URL plus a shared access signature token gives you a shared access signature. The shared access signature token is added as a query string to the blob URL. Let's take a look at the parameters that query string contains. SP defines the permissions. In this case, RCWD stands for read, create, write and delete. ST is the start time from when this shared access signature is valid. SE is the expiry time when the shared access signature expires. SPR is the supported protocol and SV the version of the storage service. The SIG parameter is the signature. This signature is created with the SHA-256 algorithm. Input for the algorithm are the blob URL, all the other query parameters and the storage account key. This ensures that the parameters cannot be changed as they are included in this hash value. It also authorizes access to the blob as the account key is also part of this hash value. The last parameter in the query string on this slide is the storage resource. In this case, the B stands for blob. Note that some of the parameters that you see on this slide are optional. You can create, for example, a shared access signature without a start time. Then the shared access signature is valid immediately. So, as you can see, a shared access signature is just another URL to access a blob. But it lets you define the permissions and also the interval over which it is valid. Now, let me show you how to create a shared access signature for a blob in the Azure portal. Here I've opened the blade of the Coffee Videos container. Now let's click on the skateboarder MP4 file. As you know, you can copy here the URL for this blob. So let's go to another tab in my browser, let's paste this URL here. And of course, we can't access this resource as we have set the public access level on the container to private. Now let's go back to the Azure portal, and as you can see, here is a point generate shared access signature. So when you click on this item, you can select here the permissions. You can see read, create, write and delete. I just keep read here. Then you can select a start time and an expiry time. You can also select allowed IP addresses, the allowed protocols and the signing key. Now let's click here on Generate Blob Shared Access Signature Token and URL. After you click that, you have here the Shared Access Signature Token and also a Blob Shared Access Signature URL that contains the token already. So let's just copy this Blob Shared Access Signature URL and let's go to the other tab again. I paste that URL into the address bar and I hit enter. Now you can see the video is playing. And you can also see we are using the original blob URL and then there is a query string with a shared access signature token. Now let me show you how to create a shared access signature in .NET.